Hey guys, we're back, and today we're going to be talking about Carlos Alcaraz. Now, what do you think about this guy after what he did this weekend?
Well, he had his 5-set win against Novak, an absolute marathon, one of the best matches of his career,
Yeah.
maybe one of the best Wimbledon finals we've seen in the last couple of years. He's really shown his mettle. He ended Novak's 5-match reign. It was just such an incredible match. I know you watched the whole thing too as well. You had a lot of emotions that stemmed
I was
from
with
it,
my
right?
grandmother. We were both yelling. I'm in Spain right now, and we were both going crazy over that
Oh
match.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was a wonderful match because it shows a shift in generation. It was the end of what seems the reign of the big three and maybe the start of something new. What do you
But
think?
the one thing I did notice is Djokovic in that match right there, he did not look that he was playing well. He was not playing well.
He looked slightly uncomfortable, no?
But that's because you're playing against someone who is not, I wouldn't say as good a returner as Djokovic, but his return is so hard that if you don't hit the perfect shot, he's going to attack on it. But I was seeing in that first tiebreak they played, Alcaraz missed, and he was on a, I think, 14 tiebreak win streak. Djokovic,
Yeah,
Alcaraz was missing way too much, you know?
yeah, yeah,
And not Alcaraz, sorry, Djokovic was missing way too much. He
yeah,
missed
yeah,
two
yeah. I assume
fourth
so.
thirds in a row, which he hadn't done in other tiebreaks, maybe because of Alcaraz, but it was very unexpected. I think the pressure got to him of winning his 8th Wimbledon title. Let me get up the slide here. This is the legend we're speaking about right now. What a beautiful moment that was.
It was remarkable. Novak had a wonderful speech, which he's improved a lot. His speaking, specifically, post match when talking about people, which has been nice to see. So it was very pleasant to witness Novak giving him the credit that he deserves.
But I still don't like him. I don't like him. I find him arrogant. You know, he every time he gets his hands up in the air. I don't know. He just doesn't seem sincere. It just
No, he seems sincere. I think he's like, very in his own head during the match.
But even like, you know how many rackets he smashed?
Oh yeah, I saw a statistic. He smashed like over 60 rackets. Rogers only smashed 5 and Rafa smashed 0.
Okay, well, to be fair, I saw the same statistic on Twitter. The guy made up the 60 rackets number. He used to, I looked in the chat and he was like, "Oh yeah, I just put the number there." But still, like the amount of rackets he smashed, the way he
Is
loses his head,
significantly higher than that, yeah.
he loses his head. And Alcaraz is pure class, and that's what I liked because
Yeah.
when I saw him in that final, he managed to close out the set. He didn't sit down there. The match 30 all, and he did it.
Yeah.
He's a madman. Let's move on to the first clip of him. You think like I was really surprised by his level. So just look at this first clip.
It's up, and so many in the crowd a standing ovation for the effort from both players.
Still like a set here.
Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna go back.
Oh, you gotta start. Okay, hold.
Look at that attacking play,
So aggressive.
right? And even his defense. Look at the depth he got on that. Oh, Jesus.
The angles that they
Amazing. 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 The guts it takes to play that type of point.
Takes a lot, that's for sure. Not a lot of players are going to be able to be so calm to move around that well, and let alone get that last shot back. Massive jumping backhand. Oh, it's remarkable.
We talked about Borg the Iceman and how calm he was. But just think about the intensity he plays at, how much he wins. He's young and he makes silly mistakes, but he's apt. Let me just get another clip just so you can see like this guy, how crazy he is. Like, look at this right now. It's just amazing because the pressure he was adding to Novak in this match was crazy. Did you think there was any chance of Novak winning this match?
There absolutely was. I couldn't count him out at any moment in time because he still showed moments of strength and dominance, but man.
I disagree. I think he was really...
Passing Novak's got to be one of the hardest things in tennis, man.
That's because he's Novak, not because of the way he played. That
No,
match
exactly,
was a
yeah.
bad match for Novak. And I saw him 30-40 in the 5th set. The ball's going out, and you choose to hit a volley on it, not even let it bounce. Like, I know you could say he always has a chance, and he's done it. He's done it 2019 against Federer. He's done it in the U.S. Open against Federer, poor Federer. But, like, this match should have been a 4-set win for Novak with the way he normally plays on grass. And he absolutely, not only did he mentally choke, in my opinion, I'm using the word choke because he missed so many shots, but he just missed someone. Like he was not physically up to level. He looked tired.
Well, I mean, we talked about this at the beginning in our predictions video, of when Novak loses. If Novak loses, it's more dependent on him playing poorly than his opponent playing very well.
Yeah,
and that was exactly what happened. He played a poor match. Alcaraz didn't need to play the best match of his career, and he still won.
Yeah, and
exactly
this was a dream final, by the way. Like the level was a 5 out of 10 because of the wind. You know, so it's hard to play good when there's wind, and they couldn't close the roof because it's only for rain. But the intensity and the drama, 10 out of 10. Absolutely. Like Alcaraz, I kept feeling this was gonna be like the Jannik Sinner match. He played in 2019. Like I felt Alcaraz was just gonna drop his level a tiny bit. Djokovic, I never felt Djokovic was gonna bring it up, and I never felt Djokovic was gonna win. But I felt Alcaraz was gonna drop his level. You know, it happens always against this guy.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary.
Oh, he's a beast. People. That's why everybody never wants to go against him. Less than Federer, less than Nadal, because this guy, even though I don't like him because I seem a tad bit arrogant, the level he plays at, the type he has, the Mike Tyson mentality, you know.
A little bit, yeah. Very aggressive. Very aggressive.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Oh.
Bye. Racket versus fence post.
This is what I don't like about this guy. Always getting annoyed, always complaining. Got annoyed at the referee in that match, saying, "Oh my God, Alcaraz, the match time for the clock for the serving's too long. The racket," and then he smashes his racket. He got fined $8,000 for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference between Rafa,
I think it was
Novak,
8,000
Roger. That's the difference. Just saying right there. Never catch Roger Rafa doing that at all.
Never. No.
And I have respect for the guy, but the amount of times he did that in his career is crazy. Like, it's not a good model.
No, it's really not. It doesn't set a good example for those watching tennis, thinking that it's okay to smash a racket when you get angry. It's completely unacceptable to do.
Yeah, and for the level Djokovic was playing this match, it's not like he should be annoyed for the result that was coming. I mean, I know 8th Wimbledon to tie Federer. He beat Federer in the US Open and Wimbledon from 40-15 down. So you know what? You've beaten Federer enough times. Don't think you're worth it to win this tournament just because you're doing. Actually, he just played awful there. He just played absolutely awful. Okay, but you know who we should see right now? Berrettini's amazing for. Wait, sorry. You know who we should see right now? Alcaraz is amazing for.
Mateo's got a massive serve, man.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
Oh my God.
And goodbye.
Yeah, but you know the difference between Mateo and Djokovic? Djokovic has the fear factor. When you go in against him,
Mateo and Djokovic, you're comparing them?
I'm sorry, but Mateo and Djokovic, the serve Djokovic has, in my opinion, is better than Mateo's serve.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree, but Mateo's serve has a thunderous boom to it, which there's very few serves on tour that can do, right?
But his footwork is so bad that he can't even get the next shot.
Because he's tall, he has problems with movement. But put that clip back. Let's just admire the laser of a forehand from Carlos one more time, because it is a marvel to behold.
He gets easy power. It's good. I've had admiration for that. He did that against
on the back leg on that shot, dude. He loads up completely. All the body momentum goes into that shot. Hits it perfectly, exactly how he wants it. I mean, just
his positioning there for me, the twist of the hips where he gets the momentum to go through the ball. It really shows how well he can control it, because he imagines with so much pace, always get in the right spot every single time.
Yeah,
it's something very unique about him. And I think right now, let's move on to his rivals that are coming up.
Yeah.
There's a few of them that are really good. And I'm not putting, like, Djokovic right now is still in the mix because he's not gone yet. And I think they're going to have some pretty good battles. For all my dislike to Djokovic, he's still a beast and I still respect him. But let's see some of the up-and-coming talents.
These are players that are young, up-and-coming talents who still need to prove that they could be some of the best. Sinner's proven himself at a high level, same as Holger, but they haven't shown themselves to be multi-time Grand Slam winners.
Well, I disagree on that. And by the way, like, we're talking about these guys. Djokovic isn't gone. He's here to stay. I have huge respect for the guy. Don't admire him for his attitude, but his respect. He's dangerous. He's miles. If the generation they had was miles better than the ones that's coming up right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holger Rune, for me, right now, would be the biggest guy here. He's the only one of these Masters. What?
Yeah, you think he's the biggest threat, but like, I don't see it. I see all of those three men below him causing bigger problems. Sebastian Korda has better movement than Holger Rune.
Who's beaten Djokovic the most?
Okay, I'm not going to talk about that. Who's beaten Alcaraz the most?
Who's won the most titles?
I think it's Holger, right?
It might be Jannik or Holger. I'm not sure. But my point is, the bigger titles Holger's won. Holger's got to more finals. Beat Djokovic, I think, every time they've played. Won a Masters in Paris. Like, I don't. By the way, his attitude also is something I'm not a huge fan of.
His attitude is a massive problem.
He told his mom at the French Open to leave. Who says that to their mother? Now, Berrettini also told his girlfriend to leave the hotel room in the Wimbledon semi-final because he was nervous.
And that ended in flames, and his career's never been the same since.
Hey, he might be dating Felix Auger-Aliassime, Matteo Berrettini's Aja might be dating Felix now instead. Good for her. But hey, I like Aya. She's good. But let's focus. I think the biggest threat here right now.
You still can't say your name.
Aya.
No! Isla!
Yeah. Aya. Okay. Sebastian Korda has the most complete game out of all these players, if you ask me, for right now. Like, his forehand, his depth, his backhand. Just doesn't have any big enough weapons at the moment to be able to just run through his rivals, like Jannik with his serve and his forehand, or Holger. Yeah. Holger, actually, for me, his mental game is weird because against big players, he shows up.
He seems
but against
strong, right?
Players, he loses sometimes.
And I think with Arthur, he still has a lot to prove in the first place. He's shown that he's a good player. He's shown that he has potential. But outside of that, he just turned 19. He turned 19 about a month ago. He has a lot to show. Alcaraz made his big breakthrough when he was 19, when he turned 19, about midway through his season. And, just saying Feast and him use the same racket, or at least they have the same paint job. So, who knows? Not trying to insinuate.
Okay, let's not compare Feast to Alcaraz yet, okay? That's a
yeah. They got a similar build. They use the same frame, I think. I'm just saying, if you ever watch them play, there's some parallels.
Just saying, tiny bit of too much hype. Just tiny bit. I see Feast as a great rival. Lucas Van Asch, same age, coming up. He's almost beating Djokovic.
He's a little underrated on tour. Didn't Arthur Feast lose this morning to like Dominic Stricker?
The problem is people like Arthur Feast is that they have a big come on. Lucas Van Asch doesn't have that. He's kind of like more of a Casper Ruud type of guy. He's more quiet. Doesn't make too much points and just wins. And people don't like that. People all want the yellers,
they appreciate the energy. And I think it helps you in matches in tough situations if you can have that mentality.
Seb does not have the killer mentality, is what I've noticed. Like, he doesn't have that, come on.
Yeah. Seb doesn't have the killer mentality.
He's my third favorite player, but what I have noticed is he's strong, like he doesn't get annoyed. He maintains it.
But that's
never
fine.
You never think he wants it. He doesn't have that TFO vibe, like, I'm not comparing. Like, I think Seb has much more potential than TFO, game-wise. But, TFO, when he goes on there, he wants to eat you alive. He wants to devour you.
No, Sebastian Korda is a little bit like Kevin Durant in that manner. He's very much so like silent killer, silent assassin. And then even when the job's done, I may not even react.
No, Seb's more like, do you want to go beach type of vibe? Like, I don't feel like he's going to go on the court and he's going to want to kill them. He wants to be friends with them. He might want to get a drink with them, You can tell he wants it, but you can't tell he needs it,
Yeah.
He doesn't, there's people who are silent like Jannik, but you can tell Jannik has a killer instinct. You can tell he wants to go right through the opponents, right?
Yeah.
Sebastian Korda will develop that because I feel you have to win a bit before you can actually get to the point where you feel the confidence to to know you want to get that tournament, get that win.
Yeah.
But, and by the way, do you remember his comment he made before Wimbledon?
Oh, I can win Wimbledon.
Where did he lose again? What round did he lose? Round 1. That is exactly why Sebastian Korda, for me, will be a rival in 2 years. Arthur Fields will be a rival in 2 years. Holger is a rival right now, and Jannik is a rival right now.
Likewise,
Those two guys, and mainly Holger, because he's the one who's actually proven himself more than Jannik. Jannik is
No. Jannik's had better matches with Carlos. You can't even say that.
With Carlos, yes, obviously. And in Miami, he did great. Like, he's had some... In Paris, he did great. Didn't win in Paris, won in Miami. He doesn't have the game, well, the mentality yet. In the big matches, he's so tentative. Like in Miami, you saw how defensive he was playing against Medvedev.
Still won.
No, he didn't.
Not against Medvedev, but against Alcaraz he won.
No, against Alcaraz he did, because Alcaraz he had nothing to lose. Against Medvedev, he got all scared he was in the final. Against Hurkacz, also in Miami, he lost. The big finals he loses. Holger Rune, he's lost big finals. When you see him going out there, the difference in attitude, Holger looks more intense when he gets to that final. Jannik looks like he's already calm by the time he's going. And he's like, you feel like he thinks he's already won it.
They each have strengths and weaknesses, which I think they need to embody. But what's interesting is that some of their strengths, which they have weaknesses, which balance out, Carlos just has the strengths. That's what makes him so special.
And we aren't including a certain Canadian.
I'm done. No, we're not talking about Denis Shapovalov. I'm kidding.
Listen, I was going to talk about Levi. Felix Auger. Okay?
No.
This, you don't like him. I don't like his mentality, but I love his game. What I see about this guy is he has such a good game, he has Federer-like positioning to the ball. He can aim it exactly on a point on the court. The issue is that he's been Alcaraz before in the Davis Cup, so you can't argue me on this. He's got to 9 finals. First 9 finals, he lost all 9. His mentality isn't there. So he can underplay against some really bad opponents. Now, will he get there? Imagine he gets that mentality. Imagine he gets through it, that his game itself, even though Alcaraz and Sinner are bigger weapons, he has the game to finish through. I know you don't agree with me, but it's the truth, man. You can't argue with the facts. Plain cold facts. He's beaten Alcaraz.
Let's see. We're coming into the hard court season again as grass is winding down, and it's going to be a time where we're going to have 6 months plus on the same service for all these players.
Of 250s. I hate 250s. We're only going to get Cincinnati. That's the only Masters we're getting. Oh, maybe Canadian Open too, but still.
Davis Cup will happen soon enough. Labor Cup will happen soon enough. And then
United Cup?
Hopman Cup.
Brody.
Oh, is this the mixed doubles thing?
This is everything. This is the time Serena played Roger.
No shit happened.
Did you not know about this?
I didn't even know this existed.
Include this as a blooper.
Blooper time. There's a lot of things which we're going to see from these players in the coming months.
Jannik.
No. Anyhow, it was great seeing you, Liam. It was good to talk. And until next time.
Okay, let's head out. See you later. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment who you think will be their greatest rival. See you in the next video.
Bye.